Okay, go ahead. What's your name?
Loretta.
Loretta?
From what I heard that we need to involve more students in our program because if it's just closed off to 26 students and we have shirts and everything, but we don't include other people, then they're obviously not going to want to participate.
It's not going to cultivate
So I think that we need to maybe reach out to more students, let them know what's going on, because I'm pretty sure 25% of the population doesn't really know what we're doing with composting. They just do it because they know they have to. I think that we need to inform more people about it, because if people aren't informed, they're obviously not going to participate. And I also think that we need to put ourselves out there in the public, because if people don't know what Kinard's doing, but they hear what Lesher's doing, and no offense to Lesher, but we're doing so much more.
Sure.
We're making a lot of difference.
competitive over here. So
I don't mean it that way, but we're making a bigger difference, and I feel like we need to show people how they can make a difference too, how other schools participate.
Wow, I think we needed you about yesterday to help us out with this. Well said, well said. And there was a thorough consensus among the three groups that Kinard Cares was too small for its own good. And Audrey, right?
We need to we need to know our student body, I guess, why people who aren't doing it, why they aren't doing it, and why people who are, what motivates them, so that way maybe we can motivate the other people who don't like to do it, they're just doing it.
Do you guys have any bullies? I was just trying to think,
Yeah.
what makes up the junior high experience? You got a bully. So how do you get this bully to pick on people who aren't recycling? That was just one of my thoughts. And then I had a thought maybe you guys could crush a can, right? And you can kind of have the soccer jocks or whatever. They can have a competition who can head the can in. But then you'd have to get the football team involved, because they're going to have to wear head protection to head. All right, so that's just an idea. Who else had a comment? Go ahead. What's your name?
I'm Julianne.
Julianne?
I'm just kind of based off of Josh and Loretta's about reaching out to more than our school. It's a huge difference than 20, 25, 26 of us just having a compost system and having kids get involved. But it makes a bigger difference to get more them involved in compost. Next year we're going to be gone, and we're not going to be at Kinard to keep it going. And we need to get kids. I want to do this next year. It looks like we can make this even bigger than what it is right now, because each year, last year, it was really small, and it just gets bigger and bigger, but it still needs to meet more kids and stuff.
Okay, let's talk about that real quick. Hold your thought real quick. Sustainability is no good if you guys as leaders leave the school and they have to start over from ground zero, right? That's not sustainable. So you guys probably have to ask yourselves all the time, how are we going to teach the guys underneath us to do the same thing we're doing and better, right? Is that kind of an issue?
Yeah.
Okay, her and then you.
That was exactly what I was thinking about, because first we have to master the system, and once you can teach it, that means you've mastered it. So we need to learn deeper about composting so that we can teach other people.
Yep.
And we need to educate our public, because if they don't know what's going on, like I said earlier, they're not going to want to compost. And next year when we leave, if it just crashes down, I don't want our compost to be taken away. So I think
then you waste all your effort.
Yeah, because we work so hard for it to be taken away. So I think that we need to figure out a way that we can educate people and let them understand, so that they can carry this on.
Just carry the song or carry the song?
This on.
Carry the song.
Yeah.
And what's your name?
Natasha.
Natasha.
Okay, so I think the reason that we're going to Calvin is to learn deeper about
Firsthand.
the composting and the whole cycle, and I think that's what you're talking about. We need to learn more, and I think once we can bring it back to Kinard, and then we can teach the kids below us and help them create, I don't know,
Zero
stable
cycle.
cycle.
Yeah.
Yeah, a stable cycle.
A stable cycle?
A
Sustainable
cycle.
cycle.
That's good.
Start doing it.
Yeah, because if you look at, and that's part of the marketing plan which comes to mind, is you can actually look at how many segments of your population. Have you ever thought about that? Maybe you have the jocks, you have the preppies, or I don't know what it is. What is it?
The populars.
The populars, the get along gang, however you want to term them. But then you have people that may not even care. How do you affect people that don't care, don't want to change? It's two separate things.
What you said reminded me of the situation between between Fossil and Rocky. Fossil had a more eco-friendly building, but Rocky in the end, like they had a competition.
Boom.
But Rocky saved more energy and was more eco-friendly, so it doesn't matter whether like it was built eco-friendly, but if you don't use those things correctly and you don't try, it's not going to go to any good use.
So I could live in a small house and use more energy than your
Then a big
mansion.
mansion. Then
You
a big
got it.
mansion.
What's cool about how you guys are learning it at this level in junior high, you're learning stuff that we may not even be learning at master's level. But an interesting thing is that some of the stuff that you know now will solve the problems that some of these being green things will take. For instance, vermiculture will remove mercury from waters and soils. And then their compost, it can be reused in different matters. So that's some stuff that you'll learn being in the cool club in our cares. Let's keep moving on here. How about making it cool and getting on YouTube and stuff like that? Can you guys envision a way that you can implement that right away? Go ahead.
Well, right now we're brainstorming and kind of starting
You're writing a script?
Yeah, we're gonna write a script and we're gonna videotape us and show other people what we're doing and how we're doing it and how maybe they can do it.
Well, I'm also in this other class I'm taking called Environmental Ed, and we're doing something like exactly the same, but we're going to present to 7th and 6th graders. And
How about talk to us about how we can integrate from top to bottom and bottom to top? Because that was a shared consensus among the three group of students. How do we close the gap from teacher to student, and then student from teachers? Sometimes the students have ideas that may not get to the instructor level.
What we could do, and if Kinard Cares agrees, it's more than teacher and student. It's also administrator, staff people, the lunch people, lunch lady, and the maintenance staff. All of them could be involved somehow, it seems like. It's not always a student, but sometimes it's a teacher or the janitor or someone else who gets the award, gets recognition for something they're doing that's saving energy or helping with water or recycling or something like that.
Or like turning off their lights when they leave the room.
Yeah, I wonder if it would be good to have like an award, like maybe a bi-weekly award or something showing the best administrator that showed environmental concern or taught somebody something about the environment. Word?
Something that was just said earlier is you brought up the competition between Rocky Mountain High and Fossil Ridge. You have two different schools, but they're both competing. And the fact that you are aware of that is an example of top to bottom and bottom to top. The students are aware of the competition at a school that you don't even go to. And it started from the administrative staff and trickled through the students down to the janitors and then right back up. And then that created awareness to other schools. So the word does
That's a
get
good
out.
point. That is, it's not just top to bottom, it's also with